How was your experience in The Ultimate Fighter?
It was brilliant, to be honest. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I learned a lot from it. It was at the time it was horrible missing the kids, you know. That was really hard. But overall, I'm pleased I did it.
And how does it feel getting a second chance? Obviously fighting in the O2 arena as well. Is that added pressure for you?
No. I think it's a bonus, to be honest. You know, I've always wanted to fight in the O2. I think it's one of the best stadiums in Europe, and to be fighting on a UFC card in my home country, it's just amazing.
Have you got a lot of support coming down for you?
Yeah. I've got quite a few coming down from my hometown. Yeah.
And you're fighting Roland. What do you think of him as an opponent for you?
Yeah, he's tough. He's really tough. He always comes to fight. Probably a bit more of a grappler than a striker, but still dangerous on his feet. So I think it's going to be a really good fight. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to have any advantages over him on Saturday?
I think I'm probably a bit better in the striking department, to be honest. I think I'm a little bit more comfortable stood up than him, and hopefully my strength will come into play as well.
How do you feel the fight will pan out?
I mean, it's a fight. Anything can happen really, but I'm just planning on getting my hand raised at the end of it.
Were you happy that the UFC was able to give you a fight so soon after, obviously, the tough finales?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get straight back in there. I didn't take any time off from training, just got right back in there. I mean, I was a bit disappointed with my last performance and just want to go and try and right a few wrongs. And
obviously, you trained with Phil Harris during this camp. Can you just talk about who approached who, why that decision was made, and how it went for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was Phil's coach who actually got in touch with us and asked us if I'd like to come down and do a bit of training at Gym 01. And it just seemed like a really good idea at the time. You know, there's some good lads down there. There was Vaughan Lee who was also fighting in the UFC, and it seemed like a good decision to go down and do a bit of training down there.
And does it make it a little bit easier when you've got someone that's fighting on the same card as you to go through the media experiences and the weight cut and the whole kind of experience leading up to fight night?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to swap and change little tips. You know, I can learn a little bit off everyone. So yeah, it was nice.
Now you're back home after the tough finales. Have you just noticed that there's more coverage here for MMA, more coverage here for you, more coverage for the UFC? Have you noticed that you've got more friends and family approaching you, behind the scenes as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger all the time, and the UFC PR have kept us pretty busy doing various bits and bobs. So it's good. It's nice to see that it's finally getting the coverage it deserves.
What's the main difference from, say, fight week during the tough finales, when people were still kind of getting to know you during the season and the finale itself, compared to fight week here in London in your home country?
I mean, it's all just the same to me, really. You know, it's like fight week's fight week. I've got my weight to get down and everything, so I just feel the same every time it's going to be a fight of the weekend, you know.
And how's the weight cut going for you?
It's going spot on. I woke up perfectly what I wanted to be this morning, so I'm really happy.
So no full English today?
No, no full English.
Now, you're facing Roland DeLorme. He's coming off a pretty close decision loss. I was wondering, have you seen his fight against Alex Caceres, and how did you have it scored?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. I thought it was the right decision personally, but I thought it was a really exciting fight. It was like back and forth, but I think it was the right decision in the end, to be honest.
And as mentioned previously, you spent some time in The Ultimate Fighter. What would you say is the best and the worst about spending so much time in that house?
I mean, the best bit is the coverage you get, the opportunities that can come from it. But the worst bit, it's missing your family, without a doubt. You know, it was horrible to have 6 weeks with no contact with any of my kids or my fiance or anything. I can't think of anything worse, to be honest. But you've just got to put it to the back of your mind, and you know you're there for the best, to be honest.
In previous seasons of The Ultimate Fighter, we've seen some fighters try to break the rules by making contact with their families and friends. With such a long time away from your family and your children, was there any part of you that sort of wanted to maybe try to break the rules, maybe send an email or get a phone call?
Yeah, I mean, it would have crossed my mind, but I wouldn't have done it. It's not worth putting everything on the line, you know. What's the point in going in there to go and chuck it all away? You know, you've just got to suck it up and get on with it.
Now, you first spent time in Ultimate Fighter, then you fought one fight in the UFC. This is your second fight.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're sort of starting to come into your own? You're starting to feel maybe a bit more established as a UFC fighter?
Yeah, hopefully. I think I'm fighting a lot better than what I did last time, so I'm hoping to be a lot more comfortable come Saturday night.
And what lessons do you feel you've learned from losing the tough finale to Chris Holdsworth?
I mean, I think I've got to sort of not go out with as much I don't know. It's hard to put, but I just wanted to win too much, I think, you know, and I was just trying to knock his head off with every punch. So I've just got to calm down and take my time and get my techniques right.
So you're maybe a bit too nervous and excited for
yeah,
the
I
first
mean,
fight?
it was a big fight. There was a lot of pressure and stuff. So hopefully, I'm going to try and learn from all that, and maybe a little bit more experience now, and hopefully everything come right Saturday night.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Finally, David, we've got Joanne Calderwood, who's going to be heading into the same experience you went through. She's going to be in the first all-female season of The Ultimate Fighter, and she's going off pretty soon to Vegas. Is there any kind of advice or words of wisdom that you can give her to help her in that experience?
I mean, to be honest, she's a brilliant fighter. I think she'll let her fight and do the talking, but you've just got to keep your head down and just get on with it. The hard part's in the house. It's putting up with the boredom and just not letting it get to you. You know, so you've just got to be headstrong, know what you're there for, and concentrate on the fighting and just try and let everything else take a back seat. To be honest.
Did the fact that you're obviously quite close with Mike Wooten prior to going into the Ultimate Fighter, did that help you out a lot, having somebody who was already an existing friend?
Yeah, I mean, I think that helped out loads. We already had. You didn't have to make friends because you already had one, and it was always like you're confident. And I knew I could tell things too. I could trust them. We weren't out to stab each other in the back. We were really good mates, and to be honest, I was always hit on really lucky. So every time there was like, I mean, other people say when they're having conversations, I didn't fancy being around anyone else. Then there's always someone you've got close to you who you can go back to. And it was really good to have Mike there.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.